So we did the product of two complex numbers in polar form. Now we're going to do the quotient of two complex numbers in polar form. So if we have z sub 1 is equal to r sub 1 cosine theta sub 1 plus I sine theta sub 2, and we have z sub 2, another complex number, represented by r sub 2 times cosine theta sub 2 plus I sine theta sub 2, then z sub 1 divided by z sub 2 is going to equal r sub 1 divided by r sub 2. And this probably isn't going to come as a huge shock to you, but it's going to be cosine theta sub 1 minus theta sub 2 plus I sine theta sub 1 minus theta sub 2. Okay, so then that would be how you find the quotient of two complex numbers in polar form. Okay, so what do we have here? Something that's a little too big. Okay, so find the quotient. They give us a number here, they give us a number here. And so we're going to take, well, let me write it out. So z sub 1 over z sub 2 is going to equal r sub 1 over r sub 2 times cosine theta sub 1 minus theta sub 2. Feel like I just did this. I did. But I want it in front of us so we can put all the numbers in. Okay, so my r sub 1 is right here, 2. My r sub 2 is right there, 4. And then we're going to go cosine 213 degrees minus 33 degrees plus I sine 213 degrees, oops, minus 33 degrees. Maybe that's why you write it twice, in case you mess up once. Okay, so 2 over 4 is going to be 1/2. And then we're going to have the cosine, well, let me keep my bracket, the cosine of 180 degrees plus I sine 180 degrees. But we know cosine of 180 degrees and sine of 180 degrees. Now, we want to have them in rectangular form. They didn't specifically say that, but generally, you know, it's a little cleaner for a final answer to have it in rectangular form, unless there's a particular reason to have it in polar form. Now, do we know the cosine of 180? 180 is over here. So the coordinates there are negative 1, 0. And so the cosine is going to be negative 1. Let's see. Plus I, and the sine is going to be 0. You could do that with the curves too, like the graphs of sine curve and cosine curve. Might be easier to do it that way. Okay, so then what does this give us? Well, that's going to be 0, so you're going to have negative 1/2. That would be the answer. Okay.